Ciao. It's the day after my presentation at the CFO Summit in Milan, and a lot of people said to me they'd be interested to know how it went, and so I thought in this last of my 30-day LinkedIn video challenge, I'd let you know about that. And I guess from a speaker's point of view, it went well, and I got some good feedback afterwards, which is great. And having that immediate feedback from the attendees was good and reassuring. And but from a purely self-critical point of view, I thought I'd done a really good job of preparing the time, and I guess the learning point and some advice for speakers out there is, however much you think you've prepared for the right amount of time, add another 10 minutes on and cut some bits out, because I had to skip on a few slides and cut some stuff out on the fly, which is always a bit unnerving as a speaker. You don't want to have to do that. But that said, when I look back on it, it was only about 5 minutes out of an hour and a half session, so it was okay in the end. But what did I have to say to the CFOs here in Milan? I've been talking about this ultimate toolkit for the modern CFO, and I've been saying in previous videos that I don't think it's about technology in finance necessarily, although that's obviously a critical part of the way the finance function is developing. But the ultimate toolkit for the modern CFO is around harnessing the power of the finance function. It's about getting the CFOs out of their ivory tower, if you like. I called it the CFO being the finance business partner, to the extent that they're so much of a business partner that they let the finance function just run itself without direction, without vision. And so harnessing the power of the finance function is where the next stage of the CFO's role has got to go. And therefore, it's all about mindsets and methodologies. That's the ultimate toolkit. And what I mean by mindsets and methodologies is that the CFO's got to have the mindset of a leader within the finance function, giving the vision to the finance function. And it's all about creating the mindset within the finance team that we're all about driving business performance. And not only the vision, but also the framework and the methodologies that go along with driving business performance. And I likened it a little bit to soccer formations. So if you know anything about soccer or football, as we call it in England, you talk about 4-4-2 or playing 3 at the back. But I was explaining to them that that's not all about the positions of the players on the field, those starting positions, how you normally visualize it. What those are shortcuts in telling each player what role they have in winning the game. What do the defenders have to do? What do the midfielders have to do? What do the attackers have to do? Where do they have to run? Where do they have to be on and off the ball? And that's like the methodologies that we have to have within the business and within business performance management. And so I see the CFO's role as giving that vision, giving the hope, the positivity, the belief around the finance function, that we are all about driving business performance, but also giving those methodologies that say, how do we do that? How does your role, whether it's in transactional processing, whether it's in reporting or analysis or planning, where do those fit in to helping the business to perform better? And so obviously I can't do more than that in a couple of minutes of video summing up an hour and a half talk. So I'll hopefully put some articles out that break that down, hopefully do a series or something like that to explain that more. But I hope that's given you a flavour, And so for me, it's goodbye from Milan. I've got one day to go, a day of discussion roundtables, which will be good. And I'll see you again on LinkedIn soon. Cheers. Bye.